Listen, viewers, I want to say America is in the forefront of prosperity, scam preachers. Now, listen to me. Don't waste your time to fill a full tank of gas, to gas your car, to go to a church service on Sunday, when we look at America being one of the most forefronts of all, and I mean of all denominations and denominational. See, you got a Saint Lutheran, you got a Saint Peter, you got a Saint Timothy, you got an agnostic Hindu, you got a Templist Baptist church. You got all of these church preaching prosperity. If he's not a God of Confucian, if he's not the author and we got all these church today that's built on humans. Now, Malachi 3:8 says, will a man rob God? Now, would a man rob God? You know, Malachi 3:10 says, test me in this, said the Lord, and watch why I open the floodgates of heaven, and that there will be many blessings that you can't count. Have God been a merciful God that we take his mercy for granted? The preachers preach that which they preach, that which they do not do, says, love your neighbor as yourself. Now, there are some Christians you see hating one another, fighting one another. You see Christians at the LGBT, and you can be almost a homosexual. You got gays, lesbian gays, bisexual. You got this gender that they pushing. And when you look at T.D. Jakes and we look at Joy Osteen, they don't see nothing wrong with pushing that agenda. See, God, he's the author of life. And also, he's the author of death. And none of us can die today without his permission. And the first thing what God's going to do, he's going to judge these preachers. See, Jesus speak on the church leaders. You know, they like to be in these marketplaces. They like to have the most uppermost seats. They like to have the mega church, the mega synagogues. They like to have the long robe. They like to have the greatest uppermost seats that you see. And I say that these are prosperity preachers. Now, Jesus, you know, he had neither letters. You know, when they said, what's all this learning and study? He haven't went to our institution. He haven't went to a college or university. But these teachers, they can go on to these seminars and to these Bible college schools, and they can show you their PhD, their MA. And I want to say you got to be careful of these doctrines of divinity. Because when you see DD, that Isaiah the prophet says DD means dumb dogs, greedy dogs that never get enough. Greedy dogs that Isaiah the prophet says in Isaiah 56, verse 11. They are greedy dogs that have appetizers and never get enough. And he's whooping us. And I'm putting myself in it, although I don't belong in it. But I'm going in it to those that are comfortable that are in it. But see, I was foolish too. You know, I was running like a wild vine, running here and running to that denomination and that denominational. Folks, what they don't teach y'all, that the Antichrist has been all in these churches. The Antichrist is still in these churches. Your church leaders are the new Antichrist. You've been going to these denominational, you've been representing yourself as a Catholicism or a Protestant. And of course, the church leaders have all the secret formula, all the recipe, because he tells you, keep coming, keep coming. The Lord is telling me for you to keep coming to church. The Lord is going to apply all our needs. Like your Kenny Copeland, and your Billy Hand. Oh, the Lord told me that anyone help lift our church, that God is going to send it tenfold. You know, when they tell you that the Lord told them something, that the Lord is speaking through them, and you see these entertainers, they blaspheme the Holy Spirit. You see church today, it's nothing but an entertainment. They got choirs singing, and they got all this happening. Church leaders is renting churches out. Church is nothing but amusement park. It's not church today. It's not church.